Hello honeys, it's Yolz and welcome back to my channel. We have not done a great review with me in a while, and I asked you guys on Instagram if you'd like me to talk about my multiple streams of income. You said yes, and I thought, you know what, let's sit down and do our makeup and have a girl chat. So without me blabbing too much, let's get right into this video, and I hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy this video, give it a massive thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Honeys, I'm going to start off with my hair, and I'm going to be wearing this gorgeous wig. It was sent to me by an unknown. I still cannot find or do not know who sent me this wig. For the life of me, I've tried. I'm just like, I don't know, a company probably contacted me. I sent my address and that went to nothing. A lot of times it happens on email when it's actually a lot of Chinese companies, I must be honest, hair companies, that do find out if you can work with them. They find out your rate. Sometimes you get as far as sending a delivery address and then nothing comes from the collaboration, you know. Anywho, I'm gonna be laying my wig with my Got2B Glued products, which are absolutely amazing. If you're not on, if you are not using Got2B Glued to lay your wigs, I don't know what you are using. And I use both the styling gel as well as the blasting free spray. So I always place the gel right on the perimeters of my hair. You'll see it dries clear because Got2B Glued does not flake. I'm sure you already know this. This product has a very strong hold, and for those of us who really care about our edges and our hairline and our hair in general, I love the fact that Got2B Glued does not actually leave with our hair, so it still protects our hairline. It does not snag or tug on it. As long as you remove it safely, like when you're removing your wig, you make sure that you are adding some water before lifting your wig, because it's got a strong hold. Your edges will still stay intact. Your hairline will still be there, trust me. I use anything really to just create a little bit of tackiness, like 10-20 seconds, just so that my glue is tacky enough. And I then start pasting it on the perimeters of my head, exactly where I want it to be. For me, it works better if I start off with the wig and then foundation, because if I need to clean up any glue on my forehead, I can do so without actually messing on my foundation. So the first stream of income you're all very familiar with, it is my Adsense from YouTube. So every single YouTube video has got an ad on it, and we earn from every ad that is watched. Okay, we share this income with YouTube. So sometimes people think that, you know, if an ad is 33 rand, I'm just gonna make an example, random examples, which is a lot in South Africa actually per ad, I get between 40 and 50% of that. The rest goes to YouTube, from my understanding. Okay, I don't get 100% of the income. I don't know if that rate has increased, but from what I understand, it's between 40 and 50%. The second way I earn income is also through YouTube, but it is with sponsorships. Okay, so this is when a brand and I collaborate, and it can be in various ways, and I want to break it down to you. So with YouTube sponsorships, a brand would either approach me or vice versa. In a case where you are established and you've got a great following, even 5,000 followers actually, you can go and approach a brand with a great idea and propose a video series or an actual video collaboration, a once-off video collaboration. It's great to approach a brand, especially if you've already sort of established a relationship with a particular brand. Ooh, yeah, Pella, are you pelling? Don't pella on me. Oh, there's a lot in there. I'm using my Justine Purely Perfect foundation. I'm always asked what foundation I use. This is one I used last year and I still use right now. It looks lighter, but it's slightly, I don't know if it's like, actually you'll see. Wait and see, you will see. So the other way is not just you saying, okay, I charge 10,000 rand for a video, pay for the video on its own. You can actually charge for a video mention. So that is talking about a specific brand for a full minute. I actually charge for a minute, 1 to 3 minutes to a brand, and that would be like, I'm just gonna make a random example, 4,000 rand versus charging for a dedicated video, which would be like a 10,000 rand. So you're charging a portion, a space on your video to advertise that brand. The other way is also to utilize your description box. You can actually sell links, and this is something that I I think I was aware of it, but not as much until Thandi Gama actually was like, babe, do you know how many clicks you get when you've actually attached a link in your description box? And I was like, I don't know, I can guess. But she was like, get yourself a bit.ly link. You can actually track the traffic that goes through your link, you know, to another website, whether it's a brand website, whether it's your own website, whatever the case may be, and you can actually charge for that, which is actually quite a great way to make that income. I haven't used that. What I have used through links here on YouTube is affiliate links with certain brands. And I'm just going to make an example of a wig brand. Say for instance, Her Given Hair. If you see a link down in the description box that is from Her Given Hair wigs, right, at the end it might say Yolz or whatever, or I might have a discount code which is attached to that link. When you go there, you get 10% off. That is basically income that's either coming to me if I've negotiated the full 10%. Sometimes it's only 8%. You can go up to about 15, I believe. Like, that's just industry norm. I'm sure there are some people out there who might get more than that, but that's a brilliant way of actually making money without just being paid for that dedicated video. Say I did one dedicated video with Her Given Hair, I'm just making an example. I get paid for that video, that dedicated video, but then I've got a link, an affiliate link, that you, when you go and you buy 5, 6, 7, 20 people go and buy those wigs, that income, that portion of the income belongs to me. Even if it's just 8% of that, that is 8% of the total sales that are made through my link alone. So yeah, that is on YouTube. The third way I make money is actually on Instagram, which most of you are familiar with. Is that a scar? I don't know how I got that scar. On Instagram, I'm not just going to talk about the Instagram post, because yes, we charge for Instagram posts, those hashtag SPs, or sometimes you see now with regulations, thank goodness, that are coming in to our industry. The more and more regulated this industry gets, I think the better it is, especially for our consumers and our audiences, because now they get to see whether or not something is sponsored, and they make the decision on whether or not to actually buy, and of course whether or not to like that picture. So on Instagram, I do collaborate with brands on an image. That's probably the most common way where a brand would pay for an Instagram post on my feed. The other way is for an Insta story, and of course IGTV and Instagram video. Okay, I charge for all of that. Okay, every Insta story that you see a hashtag ad on, I would be charging for. Most of the time brands want 3 to 4 Insta stories, so I end up bundling the price. I don't just say, like for instance, if I'm making an example, I won't say 4,000 rand for an Insta story, and if you want 4 Insta stories, you're paying 12. Most of the time I'd negotiate to, like, you know, 7 or 8,000 rand. I'm just making an example. What's more important for the brand is obviously the stats, and now more and more recently we're seeing brands wanting more Insta stories, especially where the swipe ups are concerned, so that they can actually track how many people have gone to our site using Yolz link, you know, the link that is specifically given to you. Brands are also now tailor making those links so that they can actually track whether or not this makes sense. This whole digital marketing, using influencers to you know, promote their brands, is it actually making financial sense? Does Yolz channel's audience actually want to utilize my brand? Do they have buying power? So more and more brands are becoming awake on that, and that is Instagram. Of course, I think we can bundle Instagram with Twitter and Facebook as well, because I have been paid as well for Instagram, for Facebook posts. I've also been paid for Twitter posts as well, which is also on my rate card. Y'all, what is a rate card? A rate card is a document, 1 or 2 pager, of all your fees, basically your service fees, all the fees that you are charging for your services. So that is all the social platforms that you are monetizing. That's how you're monetizing it technically, or telling the brand that this is how much I charge for it. It can also include media kit statistics, so that could be your statistics on your audience, locations, demographics, and that kind of thing. Instagram is pretty straightforward. I haven't done my brows. Let's give this face some shape. The fourth way I actually make money is through consulting. Early last year, I let you guys know that I was doing my first brand consultation, and this was in front of 2 different brands, one that serves the other. Basically, the other one is like an agent, but I can't mention too much about it because I had to sign an NDA. But essentially I started consulting unofficially the year before last, which is 2018, and then in 2019 I started monetizing that because I realized the value that I was giving to the natural hair community in particular, and brands which formerly didn't cater for our hair, you know. So I started monetizing that way. Wow, that's too much. And this continued since. So I still do consult, and I also help some brands with some creative directions during campaigns or for certain campaigns. I've also helped a specific brand with their shoots, shoot ideas, concept, and that kind of thing. So I do charge for that as well as a separate bill. Maybe I need a clean brush because this ain't working, otherwise I'm gonna look like a cherry tomato. So yeah, that is my fourth way of actually making an income. On to the fifth way that I make an income, which has kind of been recently introduced to me, and that is TV commercials. I was approached by an agency. So yesterday actually I had my first technical call back where I pre-auditioned with an image, and then they called me back to audition for the actual part. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I do get this one. I've also done a few more auditions through this agency. So that's the new income stream that's literally been introduced, and it's replacing event attendance. I actually used to be paid to attend events, and this was mainly natural hair brands, to be quite honest with you, and this was mainly the last year and the year before. I started charging around 2018 when I realized, oh, it's actually a thing. If a brand wants you to be at the event for a certain amount of hours, and they feel as though you're sort of fit for this event and your audience would actually perhaps respond well to it, especially with launches, then they would have me at the event and pay me for that. So that was an amazing way of making money without really doing much. I don't want to say free money, but it definitely felt like free money because you don't have to do much. You just have to take a photo, follow the brief, and then come back home and you've earned your buck. Okay, I am happy with my brows. I wouldn't normally shape them like this, but I'm not mad at it. Let's actually add more powder below my eyes so that for any fallout we are protecting this right here. Yeah, I think I like that. I've already started with my eyes and I've gone in with a rich red. I really like this red, guys, and I'm going to do the same on this side. So start off with the brown and then do the red. So when it comes to the sixth income stream, it is also, I'd say, fairly new, which would be from my businesses. Of course, I recently left Happy Hair Care, so I was able to recoup quite a good amount of my capital, my initial capital, which was absolutely amazing because that's what is helping me now finance my new business. I usually utilize, when it comes to financing a new business, oh, that's a deep red. I was doing smoky. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty deep. I believe with Happy, we said the first 9 months we're actually not going to utilize any of the income. We're just going to reinvest it back into the business, whether we're getting new stock, whether we're getting anything new to enhance, you know, the business, whether it's new packaging, whatever the case may be. That's how we ran it, and that's sort of the model I think I'm going to use for Yolz Beauty as well, because it really works. If you close your eyes and say, this business is not really going to pay me now, even though it is bringing in income already, I'm just going to close my eyes and keep reinvesting into the business and pretend as though, you know, I'm paying the business rather than the business paying me for a good 9 to 12 months. I think it's a great way of you allowing the business to grow on its own until it can stand on its own. And I think for Happy, we really were able to allow it to stand, become a baby, and then a child, crawl and walk. And I believe now it's at a stage where it is walking. I mean, for the most part, all the expenses were covered by the business itself. We got to a point where we weren't really taking things out of our own pockets to buy new things for the business, and that's sort of what you want when it comes to a business. I don't want to downplay the fact that it is not easy juggling all of these multiple streams of income, especially as a mom, a wife, and a woman who's got her own needs, you know what I'm saying? I don't get the time to do a lot with my family, and I have to pay the price through me doing all these things all at once. that is the price that I pay. When I do get the chance, it's in abundance. I won't lie to you. Through, obviously it used to be holidays, but now it's through weekends where I'm like, I'm not doing anything and I'm ending my Friday at 12, or I'm not working at all on a Friday. You know, it's not always a 10-hour day. Some days are only 3 hours. Some days hubby comes back early, and yeah, some days I choose to just, I'm not going to answer this call on my personal number after 6. It's creating those boundaries and being able to stick to them. Which one of you lippies? I thought I took out a lippy. Girl, where you at? Girl, don't be hiding like that. I just don't like these lashes. Actually, I got gifted by a makeup artist and now I'm like, honeys, that is it for this video. Let me know down below how many income streams you have. I am gonna go back and probably chill with my family in the lounge with this look. Actually no, I'm gonna take a few photos for Instagram. I'm gonna change these lashes because I don't think I quite like them. Otherwise, I really enjoyed this video. Let me know down below how many income streams you have, and of course let me know what you love about your Got2B Glue product. It's definitely the best when it comes to laying our wigs and of course protecting our hairline and edges. I love you guys so much, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.